The wake-up call. Have you ever felt like you are living a life that isn't really yours, as if you are following a script written by someone else? Parents, teachers, society, they all had a plan for you, but no one ever asked, who are you really? You wake up, put on the same mask as always, fulfill your obligations, but as soon as the silence arrives, that uncomfortable question arises, is this really my life? Carl Jung believed that this feeling of disconnection is not a coincidence. It is a symptom of a deep problem that almost no one has the courage to face. Most people die as copies, manufactured identities, without ever knowing their own soul. If you feel an emptiness that no job or relationship can fill, it's because what you need is not out there, it is within you, buried under layers of conditioning. Are you ready to dive into your own psyche? Then let's begin. The persona, the prison of your mask. Since childhood, you were taught how to fit in, to be polite, to not speak too loudly, to hide your anger. Without knowing it, you began to shape an identity that was a reflection of what the world expected. Jung called this the persona. It is your social disguise. Is it useful? Yes. But the danger arises when you completely identify with this mask. How many times have you smiled when you wanted to scream? The persona cannot sustain your soul. It can bring acceptance, but never fulfillment. If you cling to the mask, your true self starves. The shadow, your hidden source of power. If the persona is what you show the world, the shadow is everything you hide to avoid rejection, your anger, repressed desires, and weaknesses. Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Your shadow is not your enemy. It is the source of your creativity, authenticity, and true strength. You cannot be whole until you integrate this part of yourself. Stop running. Look inward. The modern slaughterhouse, Huxley and the dictatorship of pleasure. Why is it so hard to be conscious today? Aldous Huxley predicted a world where people wouldn't need to be forced to obey, because they would be so overwhelmed with pleasurable stimuli that they would love their servitude. Look around you. As soon as you feel boredom, you grab your phone. You are seeking a dose of dopamine to silence the existential cry of your soul. This is voluntary slavery. Real meaning requires effort and discipline. The discipline of the prince, the Machiavelli method. Discipline is not about willpower or feeling motivated. Discipline is war, internal war. Machiavelli knew that the world does not reward the well-intentioned, it rewards the disciplined. If you do not govern your mind like a prince governs his army, you will be crushed by your own weaknesses. Your habits are your troops. Every time you procrastinate, you hand over the keys to your fortress. Build your internal dikes before the storm arrives. The power of silence and the Übermensch. When you start to change, people will feel uncomfortable. Your evolution threatens their complacency. Nietzsche spoke of the Übermensch, the one who creates his own values and does not seek permission from the herd. One of your most powerful weapons is silence. Silence destabilizes the manipulator. It is the language of self-mastery. While others shout to be heard, the strong individual remains silent because he no longer needs external validation. The Puer Eternus, kill the boy within. You know the type, a man with grand dreams who never brings anything to fruition. Jung called this the Puer Eternus, the eternal boy. He flees from commitment and responsibility because he is terrified of failing in the real world. Growing up hurts. It requires the symbolic death of the boy who only wants to play, but it is the only path to power. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The journey home, individuation. Everything we have discussed leads to one point, the individuation process. This is the brutal dismantling of illusions. It is the moment you stop being a puppet of the unconscious and become the author of your own story. This path is lonely. You will lose people, but no price is too high for the possession of yourself. Your pain is not a defect, it is a calling. If you've made it to the end of this video, your consciousness has shifted. But knowledge without action is cowardice. I want you to leave a comment, a contract with yourself. I choose to be the author of my own story. Let this be your first conscious act of discipline. If you want to go deeper into your shadow, check out my ebook, Beyond the Shadow, in the pinned comment. Don't stop here. Your journey has just begun.